everyone, Michelle here at Serendipity House in New Hampshire. Today I'm going to show you a fun epoxy project using the new Iron Orchid Designs Christmas Valley transfer. And you know how I love my epoxy. So here are the things you're going to need for this project. Some amazing cast resin. This is the high gloss one used for jewelry, not the one that you use in your IOD molds that turns white. This one is clear. Some silicone molds. I have used these several times. A couple of leftover knobs or handles, some pigment powder, and some gilding or metallic wax or paint. So we're gonna make this. This is all epoxy and handles, nothing else. And 2 fun bird coasters. You can find a product list with links, and most of what I use today I sell on my website, serendipity.house. Let's get started. All of my mix is in there, and I'm going to use the Plant Lady powder from DIY. And this is a pigment. I want my bottom layer to be green. I really always like the way the transfers look on a dark surface. You can do your base any way you want. So I want a thin, even amount on here because the second coat will end up filling the tray, but this is just our first layer. Okay, these are going to be my handles for the tray, and they are going to be held in by the epoxy. So I am going to attempt to balance them. Okay, it's been 24 hours. My resin is nice and hard. I'm going to go right ahead and take the backing off the transfer. It's already sticking there. So I'm just going to gently press with the transfer tool. The next layer of epoxy is going to protect this. It's also going to fill in this area here so that my handle is definitely embedded within the tray. Mix up the same type of epoxy we used yesterday. In this application, we're only going to be using it as a clear. And we're going to pour this right on top. So I'm going to kind of do this by hand, and then I'll probably move it onto my floor, assuming my floor is more level than my table. See all those bubbles there? That's what your heat gun does, is get all those bubbles out. going to use some silver lining making powder from DIY, and I'm just going to lightly sprinkle it over the top. It's time to demold. It's nice and hard. So all you have to do is start to peel back. It comes off easily. Ooh, look at that. Comes right out. I am going to use some gilding wax. This is starting to crumple. I don't use silver often. I've had this for maybe 4 years, but all you have to do is get some on your finger and rub it right on. Now I'm going to do the edges all the way around with Wise Owl Heavy Metal in Mercury, and that'll just give it the finishing touch.